What's up, everyone? Just give me a quick sound check. Let me have a little thumbs up. Let me know you can hear it okay. All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of First City Best City show. We're going to be coming regular, and everybody. It's a tough time for everybody. Everybody's, locked down or in quarantine around the country. We want to make sure we've been getting a lot of questions about what's going on with Pensacola FC, and we just decided, let's just do a live show every now and again. Keep everybody informed. Have some special guests come in, and you can always be a surprise guest. You never know. You never know. And also, we can give out prizes. Today, we're going to give away one of these lovely scarves. You can see them here. The big question is, why haven't you already ordered one? Why haven't you already ordered a scarf? Seriously. Ex-players, current players, $20. $20. Got to get our merchandise out there. So please order a scarf today. We've already mailed some off today. Went to the post office and mailed some off. So if you order them by mail, they'll be there next week. And free delivery as well. Free delivery. If you're stuck in the house, we'll put it in your mailbox. All right. So on today's show, we've got a couple of special guests. We got Dean Logan, our NPSL head coach, coming on. He's going to be our first guest, talk about the season, or what was supposed to be the season, some things like that. And then we're going to be talking about later on with Sean. If those of you who don't know Sean, he's a professional player. He's from the area. So it's going to be really good to check in with him. He's currently playing for Chattanooga FC and see what he's got going on. So we want to talk about those things coming up, and I hope you guys are staying active. Getting out, getting some sunlight, eating good, and there could be some positives. We'll talk with Sean later about what he thinks about what can be the positives, and in this situation, it's tough. So anyway, let's get on. Now the show's probably going to be weekly. Give us the feedback. Let us know what you think about it, and we're going to get on right here now with Dino. We'll get Dino in. So, Dino, where are you? I'm trying to... Now, let's get Dino to check in.
What's up? What's going on?
Dean Logan, how are you doing, sir?
Man, I'm good, man. I actually just now finished cooking some nice roti, some curry chicken, some curry potatoes and chickpeas. Man,
there you go. Everybody's got a little bit of time. Instead of eating out, they can focus on good.
Yeah, we just cook
some recipes, saving some money too. Saving some money.
Okay, you're right.
A big batch of rice and beans, really cheap.
And you know that. We Trinidad's love with rice, with beans, plantains, everything. So
definitely. Well, Dean, I'm glad you was okay to do this. I was getting a lot of questions about Pensacola FC, what's going on, and I saw everybody doing some of these IG lives, and thought, why not? People are stuck in the house; they can click on for a few minutes. The shows are going to be pretty short, but you're our first guest. It's the first show, and we got the news this week that we kind of knew was coming, that the NPSL season was cancelled. So, it's not something that we were surprised about. But what were your initial thoughts when you got that news?
You know what? Obviously, a little disappointed, but I think it was the best decision that the league made. For us at Pensacola, we definitely were very enthusiastic about playing our first NPSL season. Everything was looking really good in the build-up. We had so many players who were excited to just be part of what we were doing. And, obviously, credit to you for the role that you've played in implementing a team, because we see how much people want to be part of what we're doing. So it was kind of tough but understandable, and I think it was the right decision for the league, because at the end of the day is just health and safety for everybody, right? And that was the most important thing. So we Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and what was your impression of the team that we were building? Just to let folks know out there, you know.
And trust me, man, I was like 5-6 years younger, man, when I watched, the talent that we was going to have coming in. Man, these guys, knowing what we had coming in and the enthusiasm of the players, these guys, they were contacting us almost every week, just checking in. They were so excited. And when you have players who wanting to come, practice going to be fun. Games that's going to be, high level. So that was big time for us. I was really excited about that. And, having a couple of trials that we had and seeing the response on the local people in the area, that was big time. That was encouraging, and I was really looking forward to it. But definitely, we get a taste of what it is we can see going forward probably next season, So
yeah, and we just want to assure everybody that although this season isn't going ahead with the NPSL, that we're good for next year.
Yeah,
there's no some people talk about, this is going to hurt some teams. It's not going to hurt us. Like we're in the same position that we were a few months ago. This conference that the NPSL, just to catch some people up, the NPSL. What's up, Sandra? I see you there.
It's Sandra.
But a lot of people, this conference came about late. It was a late thing that happened in like October, and so we're just going to be in a holding pattern, and we'll see how things go. But it doesn't affect us in any way. We're still in existence. We'll probably be a little bit. I think the team will actually be a little bit stronger. Don't you think next year we'll have a little bit more time to put it together? To be honest,
even talking to some of the players who were wanting to come, and we were looking to come, they were a little disappointed, but they already were saying they're looking ahead for next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They really want to be part of it, and I think knowing that we have players and, people who want to support it, I think we're good. I think learning what we had to learn in this little time here could help us, next year and be better, right? In terms of our preparation and everything else. So that was good. That was not bad, So.
Yeah. And it's a tough situation because you got the present thing going on with the virus. Some of these kids have gone back. Some of the college players have gone back to their countries if they live abroad, and who knows when they're going to get back.
Yeah.
So there was just I think it was the right decision by the NPSL. I think it was early enough. Makes sense. You may see. We'll talk with Sean. Get his. He's played in all these different leagues. We'll get his take later. But maybe there might be a conference somewhere that can still play. There might be conferences here and there that can still play in the NPSL. I don't know. But this current situation we're in seems to change every other day. So I think it's a good decision now to go on pause. I don't think it hurts anybody. We've got other major things to worry about.
Sure.
But from my point of view, it's a little bit of breathing space, right? We've been going, you and probably been going non-stop for like
12 months.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So on that side of it, I'm trying to think, okay, it's a chance to just breathe a little bit, focus on your family, focus on your community a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll come back. We'll come back strong.
Yeah,
we'll come back strong next year. So.
This little break here, my body is recovering, recuperating, I'm saying? I feeling young again, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I think for Pensacola FC, we in the right setup. We heading in the right direction. And seeing the output and the inquiries from so many people who may want to be part of what we're doing, it really looks good for us. If
you're just tuning in, we're talking about the NPSL right now. They cancelled their season this week, and it was going to be our first year in the league. So it was a little bit frustrating, but also, we support the decision of the league. Now WPSL, they're still waiting till the end of April for that official date. But what are your thoughts? Is it, is it logistical?
I don't think it's logistical. I think they should go ahead and follow some of the other major leagues and, safety first. At the end of the day, we don't know. It's spreading so crazy and, it's popping up everywhere. And you're thinking that you're okay, but guess what? You may have it infecting other people. And again, for some of the kids who are going back to play in college, they want to go back in healthy. Some of them
similar situation.
Senior season, so don't affect them, for what? For the run of a league for 3 weeks, and we're not going to have no playoffs. So I think
and a few people I've spoken to, have been like, well, in May everything will be fine, and I'm like, well, you know, who knows? Like,
You never know. Every day
who
that
knows? The numbers are still going up right now, and we hope everybody just stays safe and it doesn't have anybody affected by it. But, you know, it's like, you know, who knows? Who knows where we're going to be in a few weeks' time? But with NPSL, we know the season's cancelled. WPSL, you know, we're still waiting on a few things. But, you know, and then who knows about the leagues above that? We're going to talk to Sean about NISA and USL a bit later. So,
definitely.
but anyway, Dino, we really appreciate you checking in.
I loved it, man. Thank you, man. Thanks for
stay safe and, you know, watch the show and, you know,
definitely.
appreciate the words.
We need some curry chicken, some roti. So I see any Logans right now, so you know.
All right, sounds good. I'll be over there later. I'm
gonna keep tuning, man, and I'm gonna watch Sean, see what you have to say. So good luck. Okay. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Dino.
Yeah, bye.
All right, so that was Dean, who's been an assistant on the WPSL. He was gonna be the head coach of the NPSL this summer, and as you know, we've been talking about that league as the season's been cancelled. So we're still good. We're looking forward to next year. We're still building, so it doesn't really affect us too much. It just gives us a chance to breathe. And like we said, with WPSL, there's still no official decision yet. They've pushed that back to the end of April. So there may be pockets around the country that has a conference that can play that is unaffected when June rolls around. But we'll see. It's hard to tell. So just want to remind you, our scarves are out. And like I said, if you haven't ordered one, why not? It's $20. No one's getting rich off these things. It goes back into the program to buy, you know, equipment, stuff like that, pay some bills. It's just a chance to get our merch out there. It's $20. Free delivery. If you're out of the Pensacola area, $5 shipping and handling. I'll take it to the post office myself and mail it for you. All right? So let me know. Let me know. We're going to give one of these away at the end of the show. Now, I've got a very special guest for part 2 of the show. Sean Reynolds is from the area. I think he went to Fort Walton. We'll find out in a minute. Played at UWF, has played overseas in Iceland, has played you know, for St. Louis. He's played for Louisville City. And right now he's at Chattanooga, who are in the NISA. So we're going to try and add Sean in to give you a professional player's perspective of what is going on right now. So Sean should be checking in any time now. Now follow Sean on Twitter. He's very active, very good follow. There he is. There he is. Now our viewer count should go up now. Like now everybody's notified that Sir Reynolds
I would feel bad if it dropped.
Is on the show. It's our first show. I mean, like, it's real low budget. We don't have any equipment. We don't have anything. You know, we're dealing with a pandemic.
Sometimes that's the best way to do
with
things.
people. Let people know, Pensacola FC, we're fine. That season was cancelled on the men's side, but everything's good. And then obviously Sean is a big supporter of our program. He's a big supporter of soccer in the area. He always
have been.
Always stays in touch with what's going on and has a great following everywhere he plays. So Sean, you know, you've played at St. Louis, you've played at Louisville, now you're at Chattanooga. So
yeah,
right now, obviously you can't train, right? You can't do anything right now.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. We had a game coming up. I believe it was the second weekend of March, and then all the USL teams played that first week of March as well. I believe March 7th. And then next thing you know, like, you kind of knew the virus was coming. If you paid attention to any of the leagues over in Europe, you were like, all right, they're starting to lock it down. Like, I think it was Juventus was supposed to play Inter Milan in January, early February, and then they moved the game. And then they finally, like, it was insane. So, like, we kind of knew it was coming. And then eventually that second week of March, they just said, hey, look, the season's postponed. We're going to start moving things around. Hopefully this goes away quickly, but then that it didn't. So right now it's just me and a few other guys. We get into like groups and we try and train any field that's open, honestly. That's
okay. So you guys getting a little bit, you're able to stay a little bit fit? You guys going for runs or doing some workouts, or what are you doing?
Yeah, there's a few of us, like a few of us who get together and we do runs in the field, or we'll go for a run, do some hill sprints. Like, being in Chattanooga is There's a lot of mountains and things around here. So like we'll just go for a jog to get warmed up, find a hill, do some hill sprints, do some like quick cutting and things like that. It's kind of difficult to train like there's not much area. Some of the grass pitches around here, so it's a little bit difficult. But yeah, things are good. Trying to stay outside, trying to stay fit. So it's okay.
It's tough. Have you got any advice? If you got any advice for, obviously we've got a lot of youth players that their practices are postponed. We got a lot of college players that their spring practices are done. Any advice for this solitary training? Anything you want to pass on from the professional level?
Yeah, I mean, you can always have better fitness. You can always have better technique. I would say, if you can find a wall, all you need is a couple cones, a ball, and a wall, and you can train a lot. There's a lot of things you can do. Like if you can be in a group of 2 or a group of 3, like as long as like everyone's okay, that no one's has symptoms and anything. And with this virus, it's kind of the crazy thing is you don't really know because some people are asymptomatic. But if you have a wall, a ball, and a few cones, like you can do a lot. Passes off the wall, receiving it, working on your turns, things like that. There's actually a wall here, and that's kind of what I've been doing is making sure that I stay clean on the ball technically. And it's the small things of when you pass the ball, checking your shoulder as the ball comes in, things like that. In terms of fitness, it just everybody's a little bit different, but maybe a long run here, one day, short and quick turns, things like that. Another day, you just have to vary it up. The trick is to make sure it's not too monotonous, where you're doing something different. If you might have like a schedule for a week, but then the next week maybe change that up. And just it's all up to what you would like to do, what you'd like to achieve. Some guys are going to work harder, some guys aren't. You have to stay. Oh, I see you, Luke. Come on, man. Oh wow, this guy never been clean on the ball. Okay, I appreciate that, pal. I miss you too. But yeah, there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of things that kids can do, especially to stay clean on the ball and to even get better at that point.
I think you're right.
I knew these guys would come from me.
That's it. We want questions. We want people to interact. But I generally feel like an individual could come back a bit sharper. Like if they just dedicate themselves to some technical work, come back fitter, and then who knows when that will be. But there's nothing much they can do right now. So you might as well engage yourself and and welcome an individual training program and then get out of yourself. There's no excuse, right? There's no excuse.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly a good time to make mistakes. If you're not technically clean with your left foot, or you're afraid to make that pass with your left foot, or you're afraid to play a ball with the outside of your foot, those are all things that you can practice on right now that will make you a better player in the long run, because there's going to be players at the age of 14 to 18 who won't be doing those things. They won't be doing those drills. They won't be trying that technique. And I think that's huge for any kid who's trying to make it to the college, like the elite college level and beyond. Even in the NPSL, there's guys they're older. Maybe they've played 1 or 2 years professionally and they couldn't get back in. So the NPSL is their way to get back to those things. So I think it's important for kids to, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to mess up now. It's a good opportunity for them to learn about themselves as a player and learn about the things that they need to work on.
Yeah, and I think that the players, obviously you're at the professional level, but most of the players that I've worked with over the years have, been elite players, have gone to college, gone to the professional level. I don't think they'll have any problem during this little downtime in motivating themselves, and I think that's the difference, right? Is that they'll engage in it and they'll enjoy it, and they'll like you say, they'll pick a couple of things to work on. Obviously, it's very frustrating. Everybody wants to train, wants to play games, but it is a little bit of a window here for you to cross train a little bit. You know, go swimming, do something else, and improve your core strength. Just pick something and work on it and have a plan.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good hearing those same things from you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, fortunately for me, like in terms of cross training, like being here in Chattanooga, there's a lot of mountains around. I've been doing a good bit of hiking. I try and stay clear of people. Colo helps with that. He's people deterrent sometimes. So, but yeah, just getting up into the mountains, hiking, going for a lot of walks up hills and things like that has been
just mixing it up.
Pretty helpful. Yeah, and I would say that to anyone who's watching this or any of the kids, you know, like I understand like you're quarantined, you're at home. I know some parents, you're probably going crazy having your kids around all the time, but I honestly have looked at this situation as a good time for reflection in terms of who we are as people and, you know, what our goals are, what our purpose here, what our purpose is in life. And, you know, that's something that I'm pretty proud to say I've handled pretty well. Like right now I got Rosetta Stone, popping. I'm learning Spanish
so you're picking
every
something
day.
Else, right?
Yeah, picking something else up, reading a different book. You know, it's a good opportunity for people, for us to learn about ourselves and learn about each other. So that's how I'm kind of using this time.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So what do you think about these leagues? You're in NISA. There's USL. Do you think they have any chance of getting back on the field this spring?
Spring, probably not. I know fall, from what I've heard, the people I know, people I've spoken to, I have one or two good insides, and they all would like to believe that maybe not spring, but fall, starting in August. Late, maybe mid to late August, that some of the leagues will start back up. The NISA league, the league that I'm in, is a split season anyway. So our season runs from late February, early March till June, and then there's a bit of a break, and then we would start again in late July, early August for the fall season.
Right.
And then with the USL. From what I kind of heard, like what I've spoken to people about is they're looking into like maybe they play half a season or they play a good amount of games with like maybe a Wednesday game here, a Wednesday game there, maybe a Wednesday game every other week for teams to get their games in. But I think that would be really tough, especially on the bodies, traveling, things like that. It's hard to play that many Wednesday, Saturday games in such a short period of time. I could see them, you know, saying like, hey, you're going to play one team home and some teams away. It just depends on what they come up with. But I would like to believe that maybe they can see out the fall. They've talked about going into, rather than having the championship in early November, having the championship in early December or late November. Okay. So it kind of gives them an extra month. But it's tough. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. You know, I feel for all these guys, especially the younger guys where this might be their first year, or you know, this there's their chance at, you know, like here in the NISA league, like this is first year for the league. Like a lot of these guys this is their first time. It's like this is their start. To have that canceled, it's tough. And I feel bad for all the seniors, all the college kids, anybody who's graduating, prom, all of that. You know, you don't want to see people not being able to experience those things.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Like just being able to train again, isn't it? Like people are going to take, you know, we can take it for granted. We can take our teammates, coaches, whatever it is for granted, opponents and our parents, everything like that. And I think when we can get back training, people are going to maybe appreciate it a little bit more and actually play a game. Can you imagine being out there playing a game again? It's going to feel amazing when we go back. Yeah,
just, you know, and to be honest, like the practices, the games, all of that's great. But, you know, right now, one of the biggest things that we're missing is social interaction.
Yeah.
Like you know, I don't think it's any secret, but this was kind of like my last little go of playing. And I've already spoken about coaching and walking away from the game. So like for me, it's a little frustrating because this was going to be like my last hurrah. So it was definitely frustrating to start and then be like, oh, well now I'm not going to even play the last season that I was looking forward to playing.
Hopefully, like you say, it's just push back a bit and they can figure it out.
Illy's in here. What's up, Illy?
I saw we had Hannah Godfrey come in, so we're going to try and do a little pop-in with Hannah if she's still around. Hannah, give us a thumbs up if you can in a couple of minutes. You'd be able to give us a professional females player from the English League. So, Hannah, if you're still awake, I know it's like 11 o'clock over there, 11:30.
Hopefully.
So we'll see if she's still in. She might have checked in and checked out, you know.
Yeah.
You might have scared her off, Sean.
No, I probably did. I'm not the best looking guy out here, can't be.
We got Shane Nicholson. Shane Nicholson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shane.
So that's what we want to do this for. We want to see, you know, our community stretches so far, and maybe we can, you know, we can stay connected a little bit in this difficult time, and you can see some faces.
Gotta check on my curry real quick.
Oh, you got curry cooking as well, huh?
Oh, yeah, of course. Chickpea curry with sweet potatoes. And I'll have some little bit of brown rice and some naan bread.
There you go.
So,
well, Sean, we want to thank you for your time, and we hope to, you know, do this once a week. We'd love to have you back again and give us an update.
Yeah, of course.
And also, you got a lot of experience, you know, in player development, different environments. We definitely want to tap into your opinions. I know you're never afraid to let anybody know about them.
Definitely not.
Go and follow. Where are you on Twitter and IG so people can follow you?
Geez, let me see. I think my
Reynolds,
Twitter.
Right?
I think the Twitter is Sir Reynolds, and then the Instagram is Mr. Reynolds.
Mr. Reynolds.
So Mr. S. Reynolds. It's one of those. So, but yeah, you can give me a follow if you want to hear my ridiculous statements on what I think about the league sometimes and how they treat us players. But hey, Kempy, man, I really appreciate you having me on here, and it's good to see you.
Thanks for carving out some time. Hopefully it broke up the day for you a little bit. And all the best. Keep us informed. Sir Reynolds, Mr. Reynolds.
Yeah.
You know, it's good for the people to see. You know, Sean, I mean, you played in different professional environments. It's good for the youngsters to see you out there and you know, keep making sure that we can connect with you, and it inspires players. You don't even know about it, but people talk about you down here all the time.
I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully one day I can, you know,
I remember when you were playing for the Destin Wave, you was like 11 years old. And I was coaching against you, and I was like, this kid's an animal out there. And
let's see.
I've seen you go all the way. I've seen you go all the way up. We're going way back to like I don't know what that is. A long time ago.
2002.
Yeah. So it's
2002.
Right before that, in the year 2000, 2001, when you was like probably 10 or 11. So
it was something like that, but it was something like that. It was a long time ago. These guys here, they make me feel old. Some of the names that they call me.
You're still young, man. All right, well, Sean, thanks a lot. We're going to see if Hannah Godfrey is still around and catch her before she passes out.
All right. We'll see you, Kempy.
Appreciate it, my man. See ya.
All right, bye.
All right, that was great. That was Sean Reynolds. If you guys don't know, Sean Reynolds, professional player at Chattanooga FC. He's played at St. Louis, played at Louisville, went to UWF, played in Iceland. I may have left something out, Sean. I'm sorry. We just want to remind you again, these scarves are going quick. We've got a few left. $20. Come on, $20. Joe, training kit on sale soon. Yes, this is the coach's kit here. We'll get some on soon. Joe's a great supporter of ours. We appreciate it, Joe. Let me see if Hannah Godfrey is still around. We will see in a second. Hope everybody's doing good out there. But like Sean said, stay active. You know, get a little workout in. Go for a run. Do something. You know, do some ball work, be self-motivated, work on something. So those are things that Sean's passing on. He's a professional player. He's cooped up in the apartment. He's trying to stay in shape, and hopefully the season will keep going. So it doesn't look like Hannah's still around. I think it's probably midnight over there in England. But maybe we'll catch you on the next show. A couple of things. What do I need to say? Right, we're going to give a scarf away. We are going to give a scarf away. All right, all you need to do, right? See, Hannah is about to pass out. So she just sent me a message. But hey, we're going to give a scarf away. All right? All you need to do right now, you need to DM me. I'm going to give an hour. I'm going to give a couple of hours on this. You need to DM me. Who is the all-time leading scorer for the women's team? As you know, the women's team's been going quite a while. Now, some players only play a year. Some play 2 or 3. We just had, Celine, Hannah played 4 years. And, goal scorers, there's been quite a few. You've had some great players, obviously, putting the ball in the back of the net. Who is the all-time leading scorer for the twice national championship women's team? All right? So you can DM me that. Give you a couple hours. Let's go to midnight tonight. Win yourself a scarf. I'll put it in the mail or I hand deliver it. All these scarves here. Come on, we got a few left. All right, so I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. We're going to try and put this up on IGTV so you can catch it again. But I want to thank Dean Logan for coming in on our first edition of the First City Best City show. We're going to be doing a youth component in the week, covering youth soccer and how what's going on in youth soccer. Hopefully you can tune in for that as well. And then we're going to have another show next weekend. Hopefully we'll get Hannah Godfrey on it, somebody like that, and talk about how they're doing with the lockdown and with the suspension of professional leagues in England. So thanks for tuning in. I want to thank Dean Logan, Sean Reynolds. Appreciate everything. And everybody out there, stay safe. See you soon.